Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Teeks, or you can call me Takara. It is whichever one that you would prefer to call me. Today's video is a sewing series video, and I haven't done one of these videos on my channel in like over a year, and I know everybody has been wondering, where is sewing series? When are you going to do more sewing tutorials and DIY fashion videos and things like that? And I kind of just got out of that side of YouTube, kind of just let sewing and everything fly out the window. And sewing is something that I really enjoy, and that side of me, the creative side of me, is what made me join YouTube in the first place. And I think my hair videos kind of took over everything that I was doing on YouTube, so that's why I really want to get back into doing these sewing series videos. So I was posting sewing series videos every Sunday or like every other Sunday. I still want to continue to post these videos on Sunday, but I will probably be choosing a couple of other days throughout the week. The last sewing series video that we did was how to sew a straight stitch, and I basically started off with showing you guys the basics. If you haven't seen those videos, then you can go ahead and go on my channel and go to the sewing series playlist that is on my channel, and you can watch all of those videos, so that way you can kind of catch up with us. In this video we're going to be learning how to sew a zigzag stitch. And if you don't know what a zigzag stitch is, basically a stitch that goes back and forth, and basically the stitch helps prevent your garments from fraying. In your fabric, that stretch that you're looking for and that tight hold, so that way when you put your clothes in the washing machine, you won't see fraying, and you know you'll have a really clean edge on your garments. You use zigzag stitching for buttonholes, stitching stretchable fabric, joining two work pieces edges together, appliques, sewing on buttons, and you can also use it for embroidering. So if you have a sewing machine, go ahead and pull it out, get it threaded, and let's head over to the sewing machine. Let's go. So this is my sewing machine. If you're not familiar with your sewing machine, you want to go ahead and head over to your manual. I've threaded my machine already, but you want to make sure to do this before you thread your machine. And that is to switch out your foot on your machine. I'm switching out my straight foot for my zigzag stitch foot, which is going to have a wider oval shaped circle. That way your needle can go back and forth, and you can easily just unclip the foot and clip on your zigzag stitch. So now we're going to focus on finding our zigzag stitch in the pattern, choosing our length, and making sure our tension is correct on our sewing machine, as well as the width for our zigzag stitch. So I'm just choosing a tension of 3. The higher the number, the tighter the tension. Then I'm going to be choosing my pattern and my width. And on my machine, my width is actually built into my pattern, so yours might be different on your machine. So I'm starting at the straight stitch, but we are just going to turn my wheel to the zigzag stitch pattern. So as you can see, all the patterns are numbered, and I just went all the way over to my zigzag stitch, which was 3. And then I am going to turn my pattern to the width of 5. So I'm counting from the first notch all the way over to the left to get the width of 5.
Everybody screaming my name every time we get on the road.
So then I'm going to be choosing my length.
Every time we get on the road.
And I decided to turn my dial to a 2, and I just chose the length of a 2 for my zigzag stitch. Okay, so now that we have our sewing machine threaded and ready to go, you just want to make sure that you get a piece of fabric and fold it in half, like so. Just have a square piece of fabric that looks like this. You just want a small piece of scissors nearby as well. So what you're going to do is you just want to start off by placing your fabric underneath your foot, and you can line the fabric up, line the edge of your fabric up to the edge of your presser foot, or you can do it on the 5/8 mark. It's whatever one that you want to do. I'm going to go ahead and just line mine up with the presser foot. You're just going to want to bring your foot down. Once you've lowered your presser foot, you want to go ahead and use your wheel. You're going to want to go ahead and turn the wheel towards you so that way you can drop that needle into your fabric. You want to go ahead and sew an inch forward, but when you do this, just go really slow. There's no rushing, no need to rush. Just take your time when you're doing this and make sure that you are steady and that you can get a really good straight zigzag stitch. So let's just start. So you turn on your machine. I didn't have my machine turned on. Alright. So I sewed an inch forward, and then I'm going to use my reverse button to reverse backwards. And then I'm going to go forward again. Now this is a zigzag stitch with a width of 5 and a length of 2. And as you can see, my width is pretty wide, and my length is really small. I don't know if you guys can see that. But with this, you can just practice as much as possible so that way you can get clean edges when you do your garments. That way when you put them in the washing machine, your garments won't come apart, and you won't have to worry about those issues. So I'm going to lift up my foot, and I'm just going to turn the fabric around, still lining it up with the edge. Really good. The tension is really good on here. Not too loose. I could probably do the tension at least like a 4. So I'm going to bump my tension up into a 4 just to make it a little bit tighter. It's kind of loose, but not too much. But with tension, how you know you have the correct tension, I'll go ahead and show you guys that in a minute. But now I'm going to go ahead and do a different length. So I'm going to be doing a length of, turn my width to the widest on the machine. Let's do a length of 3. You don't have to reverse this time. Since they're connected. As you can see, I'm getting a really wider zigzag stitch, and that tension of 4 was actually still pretty good because I don't see any bumping. It's laying really flat, so the tension was good. I'm going to backspace at the end because I'm going to stop it here and cut it off. Okay, so on the side of your sewing machine there is a blade, so you can just cut the thread off. How you know you don't have the correct tension on a zigzag stitch is usually if it's too tight, the fabric usually puckers, and you can feel like a little pucker on the top of the fabric. It'll be really bumpy. That usually means that you need to go ahead and decrease the tension on the zigzag stitch, because if the pressure is not accurate, then the stitches won't be even in length. So you definitely want to pay attention to that. How you know if it is too loose is because the bottom layer actually starts to pucker. The only time I would say to loosen the tension is usually when you're doing decorative stitches. So now you're just going to take those same scissors, and I just want to cut off the edges of the fabric. So I'm going to take the scissors, and I'm going to try to get as close to the thread as possible, but not cutting over the thread, and I'm just going to trim everything. Then you have the finished zigzag stitch, and that's how it should look. So that is it, you guys. It was that easy, that simple. Definitely keep practicing, so that way when we do move on to our projects that you will have it down pat. Let me know how you did, or snap me, showing me a snap. You can follow me on Snapchat. Just showing me a snap of you sewing, doing this zigzag stitch. Also started a Pinterest board for all of us fashion designers out there, or self-taught designers who are trying to teach themselves how to sew and design. I started a Pinterest board for us, so if you follow me on there, I can add you to the board and we can kind of just pin together and pin different things to help us learn and stuff like that. So follow me on Pinterest at Miss Fabulous Teeks. If you didn't know, YouTube has a poll voting now where if you click on the eye, you are able to vote if I ask you guys a question. So my question is, what days would you guys like to see these videos posted? I'll go ahead and leave all of the options and you guys can vote. Other than that, don't forget to give this video a big like and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Join the Teacup family if you already haven't. It'll keep you updated with all of these daily videos and sewing series videos that drop down on my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed it and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Come on, party, let's go party.